Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be showing how to make a hat, start your hat. In class, most of you had decided to do a 2x2 rib stitch, so that's what we're going to be doing. You can see me adjusting my stitches here to get prepared. I have 68 stitches casted on, and to determine how to connect in the round, if you've restarted or if you just need a refresher on how to connect your stitches into the round so you're working in a circle rather than flat like you were before, you're going to determine which hand normally has your empty or working needle. For me, that's my right hand. So I'm going to switch. So we're going to start with that one on that side. So the one with the tails is like your empty needle. That's where all your new stitches are going, that way. I'm going to put my stitch marker on. This one's a little big, but that's just to help you see. Oh, it actually might be too big. Let me see if I can get a new one real quick. All right, I got a littler one. It should be the right size. Here we go, a little yellow one. That one was just a bit too big. I was like, maybe it'll help see. So you're doing the knit 2, purl 2. Ooh, if I can get the stitch marker back. So you're going to go in for a knit 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to bring your yarn to the front and purl 2. This is the foundation of your hat. You're going to do this all the way around. So I brought my yarn back to the back. I'm going to knit 2, 1, 2, then bring my yarn back to the front. Ooh, trying to scoot my stitches. Mine's a little sticky. There we go. Do 1, 2, 2 purls. I could do that a little bit slower for you guys. So yarn back to the back for my knits. Let me scoot my stitches a little bit. Mine has a rubber connector, so they're getting stuck on the rubber. There you go. So 2 knits, my yarn's in the back. We're going to go in, between, pop it out, push it off. In, between, pop it out, push it off. And then when we go to the purl, we bring our yarn to the front. We just go in between, we're not wrapping. We're just going to the front. And we're going to go down into the stitch for a purl. So I'm going to go down into the front of the stitch, wrap around, pop it out, pull the old stitch off. In, around, pop the old stitch off. So there we go. You're going to do that all the way around, and it's not going to quite show the ribbing just yet because we're just starting. But as you go, you'll see a nice ribbing start to form. And I have an example right here of a hat that I've made with ribbing. This is a 1x1 rib. You can see the knits and the purls. And I did 2, 4, 6, 8, about 10 rows to get this sized rib. And then the top of the hat is made with seed stitch, which is again just a knit and purl stacked on top of each other to create a checkered pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around, and then I'll be right back once I get to the end of my row. All right, and we're back. I actually did an extra row because I had made a mistake and I just wanted to clear out that mistake before I had moved on. I am on my last 4 stitches here. And I'm going to go ahead, and it should be, if you did 68 as a cast on, knit 2. So here I'm knitting. There's 2, and then purl 2. So I brought my yarn back to the front, and 1, 2. And you could probably see that there's a bit of a change of scenery here, that I'm using a different item to prop my phone up. But that's just so you can see from above how my ribbing is starting to form. So there's my 2 knits, my 2 purls, 2 knits, 2 purls. I wanted you to see how it was looking in its entirety rather than just what my work looks like on the front end. It is very important as a reminder that your work doesn't get twisted in the first row. Once you get past the first row, it really isn't that big a deal, and you'll kind of see how it'll fall into place. Once you have enough of the rim made, after that, you can do just about anything and experiment with the top of your hat. The example I had showed earlier had the seed stitch, but you can also do a straight knit or some cables to add some definition. So here's an example of a 1x1 rib base, and then above I have a 2x2 rib in between some really tight cable knits right here. And you guys haven't learned cables yet, but I'm just showing that you could really do anything with the top of your hat. Here's a fluffy hat that I made a while ago. It's a little hard to see, but you can see there's a 2x2 rib here at the bottom. And then the top is just straight knit to get this really nice flat like effect on the top. So you can really do just about anything, feel out your hat style. Here's another seed stitch example where I did a 1x1 base and seed stitch at the top. And I like my base to be long enough to cover my ears. It's really just personal preference. I was, for class, just going to say or suggest that you do a straight knit on the rest of the way up so you can kind of get a feel for how hats are constructed. We are in class going to learn how to start decreasing your hat to make that dome shape rather than just cinching it at the top because it can get kind of bunched up. Here I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing a little more of this row so you can see me working on it a little faster than I was before. See me regularly scooting my stitches. It comes naturally to me. Here in a few minutes, I'll probably have most of this row done, and then I will come back and show you about the length of the rim after 4 or 5 rows. All right, so it's been about 10-15 minutes since I last left you guys, and this is 5 rows of knit 2, purl 2. This is what it looks like on both sides. It should be pretty reversible. Shouldn't look too different on either side. And this is how it looks from underneath. It's kind of got this weave. I'm really happy with how it's coming out so far. I am personally going to make my rim a bit longer, but you can stop here and start just knitting around and around and around and work your way up. This is what it looks like a little cinched. It's probably about the size the hat will be when it lays flat. Because this isn't me pushing it all the way, but this is also me like not having it all the way sprawled out. And when the hat lays flat, it'll probably be about that size, which I think is close to an adult size hat. It's close. This is a little bit chunkier than that one. So yeah, you'll go ahead and keep going. I recommend just doing a knit stitch so you can keep getting used to working in the round. I'm going to go ahead and make my brim bigger. And then in the next video, after you've done quite a bit of knit stitches and you think you're getting close to the end of your length, there will be a part 2 video to this one that goes over how to start decreasing your hat and tying it off and finishing your hat. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or email me with any further questions. And I will see you guys in class on Wednesday or in the next video.